Hello, this is Not a Spring Chicken. The big news today is, oh, wait a minute. Arnold has a love child? Could that be possible? I don't know. But meanwhile, Con Stills continues, and we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. MF chief jailed without bail in New York hotel sex case.
Okay, here's the problem, folks. The guy, he's anti-Obama. And he was a shoo-in to be the next president of France, and then he gets picked up in the United States. So, I mean, that's how they play politics in Chicago, folks.
Yeah, but you know what? You're dealing with another country's elections.
Oh, and they are pissed off over there about this because they said that it's a he said, she says thing totally.
Okay, not that the U.S. has never been involved in another country's elections.
Yeah, but they don't like Obama interfering in their elections. This was a Justice Department order.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. End of an era as Las Vegas Landmark closes its doors.
Well, I mean, we're going to keep pushing on this thing. There was no reason for the Sahara to shut down. It had, I think, 1,700 rooms. They shut it down because they can't get full occupancy in any of the hotels anymore. So by shutting down the Sahara, they can fill more rooms in the new hotels that are just dying. So,
and black box data from 2009 Air France crash found intact.
Well, considering they're not supposed to be able to weather that kind of water and that pressure for that long, sometimes miracles do not happen.
Oh, really?
It's like they dumped a black box in the water. Well, they couldn't find it, and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, they find the wreckage.
Yeah. Freed migrants accuse Mexican immigration agents.
Yeah, because the federales in Mexico do not put up too much with people. I mean, they got a nasty reputation, and you've been killing a lot of them, so therefore they got to push back.
Yeah? 4
Yeah.
United States service members killed in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and it's going to be more because there's Obama's stupidity. Basically, if you fire a missile into an area, wipe everybody out, you basically get by with it. If you do what he did, which today they admit was a total... They have admitted today, the latest story is it was a blunder.
It was.
Everything they said could go wrong went wrong, and they were given the wrong information. Other than that, it was perfect.
And Arnold's love child.
Okay, I'm going to explain something to the people that are not very bright out there. You think that Arnold could have had a kid without anybody noticing it?
Something would have happened.
I mean, basically the paparazzi would have reported the instant he was seen, looking at somebody cross-eyed, they would have reported it. And like I said, I find it convenient that she leaves him when his political career is totally over and he's getting ready to go back to be an actor. And she really didn't like him being an actor because it was, remember, they didn't like Peter Lawford in that family.
Well, part of it is when she got married to him, was he an actor?
He was an actor.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it then, and they liked the fact that he became a Republican governor even less.
And as water creeps closer, residents warned to get out.
Yeah, well, they're trying, I heard this morning, they're trying to decide whether doing what they did was a good idea or not. Because they said if they'd have let the cities be hit, they could have rebuilt them. You can't rebuild the farms that you've destroyed.
Oh, that's true. And U.S. reaches $14.3 trillion credit limit, setting up 11-week fight.
Well, yeah, and they said the Republicans have been told to hold their ground because the people blame Obama and the Democrats. But I heard this morning, I love this, the Democratic pollsters, we're going to make this a referendum on George Bush and his policies. Mm-hmm. He's not president. Obama is.
And Syrian military tightens grip in areas of unrest.
Yeah, because it's a dictatorship. I mean, I know this is my popular thing, but Mr. President, Hillary Clinton, Sean Hannity, and Bill O'Reilly, dictators are not nice people.
Isn't that why they're a dictator?
They don't care what they do with their own people. They kill a lot of them. I mean, anybody remember Stalin? I think he killed like 45 million people.
I don't think you get to be a dictator by being nice anyway, do you?
That's not what a dictator is associated with.
Yeah, romantic teen gets prom ban lifted after outcry.
Yeah, because they thought it was ridiculous. The guy he just put a big long thing on the front of the building. They threw it. They said they had to throw him out of school because he defaced a public thing, and they said no. It's basically a typical thing they do at proms. It's like, I mean, they TP things. They do this. It's called a kid thing.
They do that.
right.
And as stock market slows down, defensive stocks shine.
Yeah, because what happens is they said nobody, here's the thing, gas is down because nobody is traveling, because nobody has any money to go anywhere. So it's not how Obama wanted things to be, because the price is not dropping because of anything. They said it's because of everything he's done. He's printed so much money that it's worthless, and the companies don't want to take any more of it, so the price is collapsing.
Oh, and Donald Trump announces he won't run for president in 2012.
Well, because they found out that it wasn't going to do Obama any good, and probably Obama didn't have anything that he could offer Trump, because he discovered something very important. Donald Trump doesn't own anything. It's his father's business.
Ah, yeah. I think he just discovered it, huh?
Yeah.
And Hill panel limits Obama's authority on nukes.
Yep, because the way it works is they said you can sign any agreement you want to sign with the Russians, but since we pay the bills, and we're not going to give you any of the money until you agree for new weaponry. So it means they're not going to get dismantled.
Kerry, Pakistan to return tell of chopper used in bin Laden raid.
Okay, supposedly they blew up everything on the helicopter but the important part, which is everything was in the tell section. You tell me that they wouldn't have blown that up first? What they said by now, China and Russia have everything copied off of it, so there was another failure by the Obama people. Like they did say, they said the raid was a total, they said basically it was another typical Obama gang that couldn't shoot straight thing, because every single thing they did wrong, and the only thing that saved them was the dog they took with them.
Sony begins partial PlayStation Network operation.
I mean, I'm going to tell you people, we're sitting here at the SID, which is basically a show where they're showing all kinds of display things, and one of the things they show is the games, because this is play device. These people at Sony they're so clueless they don't even realize that other people have 3D games out there.
Yeah, I was really kind of surprised about that, and he spoke on a panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cisco to cut costs and jobs as profits stall.
That's why they're dumping all of their things that they own, because Cisco is basically too expensive, and it's got away from what it was into everything else under the sun, and with the economy going backwards and everybody heading into tablets and stuff and cheaper things. I mean, we saw so much miniaturization inside this building Cisco wasn't even in the building, folks.
Oh, that's true. We never did see Cisco, did we?
No Cisco here.
Renewable energy key in climate change fight.
No, it's not, because there is no. Okay, next week at this time we'll be at the wind power thing, and we're going to find out what we already knew, that wind power is too expensive, cost prohibitive, and it will take about 20 years before it can ever bring about. And we're wanting to dump off the energy sources we have for wind power. Look at here, you're going to have solar power and wind power today.
Mm-hmm. Islamist terrorists are running loose in Libya, and why isn't the U.S. paying attention?
Because Obama basically wants the terrorists to be in control of the Middle East. Mm-hmm. It makes him feel good, because Obama, it's got to do with whose terrorists are you supporting? Are you supporting the terrorist of your own tribe or some other tribe?
And Northwest power surplus may halt wind energy.
Yeah, because businesses are not, if nobody is using anything because nobody has any money, you end up with a surplus of everything. It's all got to do with the economy. I loved it this morning. They discovered that, that what I knew, we were telling people 2 weeks ago, which is what we heard and everybody knew about, was that the orders were down for durable goods, and inventory was up at all of these places, which means if orders are down, inventory is up, people are not buying anything.
And why the space shuttle is retiring? What's the next?
Okay, Obama's a Muslim. He doesn't believe in space travel. I mean, the next thing, what they're going to do? They're going to survey the salinity content of the ocean by NASA.
Who cares?
Nobody cares. It's not what NASA's there for. It's a space
NASA does space.
Well, but Muslims don't believe in space.
And Facebook and Google rivalry intensifies with PR fiasco.
Yeah, Facebook basically hired a PR firm to knock Google. It worked because Google's stock is considerably down. But now Google is on the attack, and Google is far bigger than Facebook.
Yeah.
I think that what happened, somebody said that Facebook, Google is thinking seriously about buying Facebook. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll teach somebody some lessons, huh?
Yep.
And Yahoo shares sync on worries about Alibaba stake.
That's China, because China, what happens is the Chinese government are basically cracking down on their search engine over there. When they crack down on it, and Yahoo is a big partner, and crack down on Yahoo at the same time, because we know all the problems Yahoo is having at the moment.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
People have this weird idea, because scientists tell you that when you get older, you don't need as much rest as you did when you were younger. Yeah, tell that to the poor old guy that's trying to do stuff that's 8 hours ahead of him.